Hello, guys, and welcome back to Anime Royalty Radio. And this is our comic book section. We're going to do basically kind of a retrospect on a character. And with me for this is going to be the Don Juan, the Aaron Legend,
Hey,
and Bull. Now, I'm not expecting really these two to participate in this. This is really just going to be me and him.
mm-hmm. Pressure's
on. The pressure is on. And this is the rise and the fall of Swamp Thing. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because the new season of Swamp Thing is coming out on the CW.
Who knew how much damage an extra zero could cause, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? That's the whole reason why we don't get oh, that makes me so mad.
Keep your blood pressure in check. We're just getting started.
Yeah,
29 minutes to go.
Yeah, 29 minutes to go.
Now, hold on. What do you guys have against CW?
Batwoman.
Well, that's one, but no.
Batwoman,
But
Flash.
Gotham was all right.
Okay, but no,
As a
this is
standalone.
Black
this
Lightning.
is my problem with sending Swamp Thing to CW. Nothing against the CW. Yeah, they're gonna
It
make
won't be anything like what we had.
or what it should be.
Well, are they going to be taking any like creative liberties versus what the first season that you showed me?
It's gonna be PG-13. Let's just be honest. I don't think
Yeah.
they're not gonna make it as dark as the
No,
series
not for
was.
TV.
And see, this is coming from a comic book that one started off really dark.
Mm-hmm.
Really battles with his humanity and trying to keep it with the Parliament of Trees section, everything like that. And, I mean, just what he deals with. Depression. Are you playing with my damn Swamp Thing, Pop?
I don't know what you're talking
It
about.
was Man Thing.
You put them back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Put them back.
It's so bare over here.
Then bring your own shit.
Stay out of the swamp, Abby.
Yeah.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
So, with that, basically, Swamp Thing got big in the 70s. He had the first 4 issues, he had guest stars, and I'm talking guest stars like Superman.
Conan O'Brien. Spider-Man. I have nothing to say here.
participating.
I don't know, Jimmy Kimmel.
Big
Of course we
names,
got.
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm talking about Batman at the time in the 70s.
I'd rather have him than Conan.
Yeah, exactly. And then a main star, big league writer picked up the mantle. Does anybody know who I'm talking about?
Oh, what's his name?
He doesn't
kind
know.
of just saved DC.
Todd McFarlane.
No, he's an illustrator
close.
only.
He worked on another big name project.
He worked on a couple of big name projects.
That one guy. Something more.
Michael
Roger.
James.
It's Alan Moore.
Alan Moore.
Alan
I
Moore.
was half right. Give me some credit.
It was on the tip of the tongue.
You knew who I was talking about.
If nobody knows, Alan Moore wrote The Watchmen, which is still
Yes.
the New York Times bestseller graphic novel of all time.
Mm.
The only one to outsell it is Death of Superman.
Yeah.
That's one of the only ones. What's the second one there, live studio audience? You're going to point me out. Come on. Come up here. Let's say it. Say it. Live studio audience. Well, okay. I mean, seriously, what is it? I want to know.
Peer pressure.
It did outsell The Watchmen? No, that's what I'm talking about. I was going to talk about how he also wrote V for Vendetta. Another one that I don't think y'all know he wrote, but he wrote the graphic novel for The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Really?
Ah.
Yes.
Cool.
He's also had ties in other things, too. He wrote The Killing Joke,
Mm.
where
That's a good one.
basically where Joker rapes Barbara and then shoots her in the back and paralyzes her.
Yes.
Yeah. I think there's one instance where maybe Batman did actually kill Joker and he covered it up.
Well, there's been several instances.
Yeah, but I
Now.
really believe he killed him in that one. So he picked up the mantle and wrote, I think, a good 8 years. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I think it's around 8 years. He even helped create the Parliament of Trees saga. He helped bring Constantine in to actually show Swamp Thing how to travel from long distances. Helped him explore his powers. And then, when the Crisis of Infinite Earths happened, and y'all know what the Crisis of Infinite Earth is, right? The comic book series?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Y'all really don't
He
know?
was there.
You should know. I'm surprised. You're being honest.
I don't read a lot
Isn't like
of
we're all
DC
like
stuff.
all their like universes
That's
just
not
got
Batman.
clashed into one.
Specific.
Yeah, basically what it was is they took the 52 universes and said, "Oh, we're not going to have that," and got them down to one. It had some of the biggest deaths at the time for DC. Barry Allen died. I know that doesn't.
He dies like all the time.
Yeah, but this was the first time he died.
But it was such a big event that they had multiple
Supergirl.
big-name superheroes
Supergirl.
die off, and then there was like different groups of armies that were all fighting.
Yeah,
I think you
Yeah.
showed me that issue. Superman was literally
holding,
Supergirl hand.
yeah, and just
Mhm.
crying. So, I mean, during that thing, instead of leaving out the magic users like Dr. Fate, Zatanna, Deadman,
Constantine.
the one we just watched recently, the Phantom Stranger.
Yeah, the Phantom Stranger.
Yeah.
Everybody like that. They did their own thing with Swamp Thing, and he was a big thing about this. So Alan Moore also did that. Now I'm missing two of his collections, and I need to get them. They're hard to find, but I want them. So after that had happened, Swamp Thing was one of the first DC characters to get a movie. Not talking about Batman. Batman is the first. Well, actually, Superman is the first in the 40s. He
Yeah.
had his own show. Then Batman. But live, like big movies after Superman in the 70s, Swamp Thing came through. He had two
Yeah.
movies. And they were actually really good. Did you ever see them?
I saw the original, but it has been
A minute.
Yes, hot
And
minute.
Yeah, and then after that, they went full scale. Toys. They
Yeah.
had an animated series. Everything. I've still got his buggy at the house. I know I've showed it to you.
I've seen it.
Yeah, you've seen it.
I think we picked it up at the
You
toy
and yeah,
convention,
you and Hannah. So with that, then the 90s come, and he just dies out. I mean, he was such a pivotal character that
He was kind of put on the back burner.
To be honest, in the 90s, that's when a lot of the more marketable characters started showing up. Spider-Man and Batman really
Spider-Man,
heavy.
Batman,
Superman was really heavy.
because that's when Death of Superman happened. Was in the 90s.
Yes, the 90s, Cocaine Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was such a pivotal character that Marvel copied him with Man Thing.
Man thing, yeah.
Man Thing is just a rip off of Swamp Thing, just like Sentry is Marvel's rip off of Superman.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Grim Knight is a DC rip off of the Punisher.
Bat Punisher.
Yeah, but or Jason Todd. Me and you talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, Red Hood is a rip off of the Punisher. Just with
I
colors.
mean, yeah, to an extent.
Isn't Moon Knight a ripoff of Batman?
Moon Knight is a ripoff of Deadpool.
No.
Mm,
No. Moon Knight came out in the 70s. Deadpool originally got introduced in X-Force. I can't remember the number. In 94,
Moon Knight and
95.
Deadpool are both Marvel. They're
Then what are you talking about? Thank you. I don't know why that didn't click with me.
Hmm.
It's literally Batman. Both wealthy. One's just a mercenary. One's not. One worships an Egyptian god who's
He might be an Egyptian god, might not. Like,
it's a voice in his head.
He's
Yeah,
off, he's off his meds.
he's crazy. A favorite one though.
I do
When-
like
when
some
he's
Moon Knight though. I won't.
Oh
lie.
yeah, I'm not lying. Yeah, Moon Knight's pretty badass. My favorite strip though is when he's talking to Frank Castle. You still crazy? Yeah. You still crazy? Yeah. How's your dead family? I don't know. How's your made up god? Good. They just go back and forth with each other like it's nothing.
I like the one with him and Spider-Man and the New Guardians where Gamora tries to take up Thanos' mantle, and Moon Knight's not there the whole comic strip. They're getting ready to fight Gamora. He just pops in beside Spider-Man out of nowhere. It's like, hey, I'm back. What's going on? It's like, oh, Gamora's trying to take up the family business. Who's Gamora? And then Spider-Man's like, just punch you, I punch in a couple minutes. Moon Knight's like, okay.
Okay, I could do that.
there was one comic book strip where there was a bunch of villains. They're like, oh, what do we do if Moon Knight shows up? And they're like, why are you afraid of some rich guy that's just going to throw random shit at you? Literally, the next quote out of Moon Knight's mouth is just, random shit, go! And he's just throwing random crescents.
But I bring up this whole entire retrospect of Swamp Thing because after that he disappeared. He legit disappeared until the New 52s.
Yes.
And then they brought him out and they made an excellent figure. You got the figure over there. I've got it at the house out of the box with his wings, the sword, everything.
I have the first couple collections of his.
the New 52s.
Yes.
But you've not read any of the old stuff.
No.
Okay, so you can't compare. I was
No.
gonna see if you could actually compare because I haven't read the New 52 because I'm scared because with me, Swamp Thing is one of those books I don't want to tread on because I love Swamp Thing as a character.
Swamp Thing really didn't click with me until Justice League Dark.
Yeah,
And I really like him. He's like, if they're the Avengers, he's their Hulk. Everybody's just like, oh shit, Swamp Thing's here.
He was the same way in the Batman and Harley Quinn movie we watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Green.
He was a little OP in that movie, which is how he actually is in the comics, but they finally portrayed him being so OP in that movie. Even though the movie wasn't meant to be taken seriously,
It was actually.
Swamp Thing was
He's
taken
always,
seriously.
like, even in Metal, if you remember when Batman's trying to escape the Justice League, the entire Justice League, Flash, Green Lantern, Superman, Wonder Woman, he leads them to the swamp and gets Swamp Thing attacking them, and it completely distracts them from being able. Their hands are full of Swamp Thing.
And here's the reason why for that is because his power is kind of based in magic, which is one weakness of Superman besides Kryptonite.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Plus, he's just awesome. I'm sorry.
He is a great character. Yeah.
The Green. And he finally got some love in Injustice 2 when he finally showed up.
Yes.
Love him in that. And now with the DC teasing us the show, because I remember being at work and me and you talking about how this is gonna be. Amazing.
I saw the little trailer or the teaser,
and
I was like,
oh my.
You make me.
Yeah.
So it actually did very well. It's very dark. It's very great. It's very brutal.
Very Swamp Thing.
Yes, like it should be. Like when Alan Moore took up the mantle to write for him. Very dark.
Yes.
Like it should be. And then North Carolina messes it up. Thanks, North Carolina. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Looks like we put an extra 0 in there.
So they filmed it in North Carolina.
Where exactly?
Towards Fayetteville, where there's a lot of swamp country out there.
But you would think they would do it in Wilmington. Wilmington's known for being like...
It was in that... I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look it up. But it's in the coast area of North Carolina. So North Carolina's like, hey, great for bringing us in this great thing. Here's a check for, making season 2.
Right.
Budget. Now, it took, what do you mean you just guys? It took, what, $53 million because of the CG alone to make Swamp Thing?
It was up there, yeah.
Yeah, it was up there because they did a great job on Swamp Thing. Making him look tall, menacing, muscular like he's supposed to.
Eyes.
Yep, the eyes, everything. But North Carolina handed them this check for, I think, $140 million. That was the check. I remember that. And they're like, "Oh yeah, Swamp Thing renewed for season 2. It's gonna be better. It's gonna be amazing." Then North Carolina picks up the phone and goes, "Hey, we put an extra 0 by accident."
So they were giving them 14 million instead of 140.
Yeah.
So they are way over budget. Yeah.
So with that, they had to cancel it. But a year later, the CW talks about picking it up, which this what begs the question, and this what also brings this all up. Why does Harley Quinn and some of the Doom Patrol,
oh man, yeah, Doom Patrol, Harley Quinn, Teen Titans, basically all the other DC Universe shows
go to HBO Max?
Go to HBO, yeah.
But the CW picks up Swamp Thing. Now, I'm not knocking the CW shows like Arrow, Supergirl, Flash,
Gotham.
Black Lab, Gotham. They're good. But I mean, they're good, but they're
I only watch Gotham. That's why I say Gotham.
They're passable.
They're passable. You're right. They're passable. They're not. This is almost like.
But they're all like 3-star shows. You know what I'm like 3.5,
They average
maybe
about
4.
3, yeah.
This is
Swamp
a character
Thing was like a 5-star, blow you out of your seat. Like this is how the character appeared. I don't know about the old comics, but this is the new 52 Swamp Thing.
It was very close. It wasn't perfect, but it was very close.
Like I feel like he jumped off of the page onto the screen.
Yes,
and that's the way it was meant to be.
Well, once again, that was just a confused kind of thing with the money. Like, you tell me you're going to give me this amount of money, and I start making you this great, beautiful thing, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, that's not the right amount of money.
Right.
And then everybody's got these high expectations, and then somebody's going to pick it up. if it doesn't have the same amount of money that they thought they were going to get, then guess what? Season 2 is not going to be that great. I know they've got the expectations in the water and everybody's expecting this beautiful thing, but if they can't get the same amount of backing that they had for season 1 or that they thought they had for season 1, it's not going to be as great.
And let's be honest, made for TV shows, especially superhero shows, don't have a big budget to spend CGI wise.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a show you need CGI
and
for.
that's why you get a lot of the base characters. Like Gotham, yes, it was...
But there was no Clayface, it was no man,
there was no
or
big
nothing that
CGI.
led up to that. And
Bruce
I know that
Wayne was a kid. They didn't have to spend a lot of money on cool gadgets and all that kind of stuff. Batwoman, the hardest thing they had to do was make a leather suit.
Yep.
And just shoot a couple scenes in the dark of her beating up people.
And put Ruby Rose.
And Arrow. What kind of crazy superpowers does he have? They move the camera really fast to show the arrow moving. There's not a lot of CGI that goes into base characters like that.
Yeah.
But whereas Swamp Thing, that's not something you can just pull off with throwing a whole bunch of leaves and mud on somebody and just say, oh, yeah. It's
no,
okay.
practical effects alone wouldn't be able to do
No,
it.
it will
Exactly.
not.
They need the money backing from somebody big.
That's the reason why I feel like HBO would do better with it. Because look at the shows HBO's been able to put out. I mean, let's be honest. Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect example.
You put that kind of backing into Swamp Thing, give it to where it could be NC-17 or rated R. You've made the best, in my opinion, the best comic book related TV show of all time.
I don't think it needs to be grittier than what it was. I think it needs to be exactly what it was.
Yep.
And CW's not going to do that.
Nope.
They can't do
Nope.
that.
Nope.
Like they're going to be like, "Oh, Swamp Thing, he's a superhero. Superheroes are for kids. Here's your kid-friendly Swamp Thing."
They're going to have this is the thing. The animated show was even dark, but it was the 80s. You can get away with that.
Yeah.
It was actually dark. It wasn't really gritty, but it was dark.
That was about the same time as Spawn, and that was beautiful, was it not? Or was Spawn later?
Spawn was way later.
I thought it was early 90s,
No,
late 80s.
and that actually brings up a really good point, because after the Spawn movie came out, HBO did the 3 Spawn movies, the animated movies, and they are extremely dark and gritty and violent.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? They got a backing for it. I mean, they got a history of doing this kind of stuff. Give it to them.
I don't get why they would take Teen Titans over Swamp Thing anyway. Now, Doom Patrol, I can't speak bad of Doom Patrol. I watched Titans season 1 and 2, and I've watched Doom Patrol season 1 and 2. And I thought the DC Universe, that was their streaming stuff. I thought they were doing good.
Yeah,
I thought
actually agree.
the Harley Quinn show, the
Was
animated
actually
Harley
good.
Quinn, is great.
And
Really
I really liked it because they went in and explored into her and Poison Ivy's relationship, how healthy it actually is for Harley.
Yeah.
Instead of her being raped, molested, abused by the Joker, which everybody wants to put on Facebook. Oh, you can't let me make crazy with, Joker and Harley.
Relationship goals. Hey.
Yeah, relationship goes, yeah.
But that pie, though.
That episode was beautiful.
Was it a cream?
Let's just say she wasn't wearing anything and she came out of the cake.
Pie.
Pie, whatever you want to call it.
It was pie.
So it was a cream pie.
Sure.
It could have been...
The look I just got from the live studio audience is mwah. That's hilarious. All right.
It's a lot of filling.
Happy birthday, Mr.
Jay.
So, how do we feel with CW taking over?
I don't like it. If y'all
I
couldn't
don't
tell,
either.
I don't think they'll do good.
I don't either.
Multiple reasons, but I just don't think they'll do good.
First, we saw the death of Superman. Next, we'll see the death of Swamp Thing.
Don't say that.
I don't see why Netflix, Amazon, or some other third company can't pick it up instead.
They could, but they won't.
Well, there's no DC. There's really no comic book shows on Netflix except for they still have their run.
They had the Defenders stuff.
Defenders, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, The Punisher.
Just give us a Justice League Dark TV show. Get us Constantine, Zatanna, Deadman, Swamp Thing, and
Travis Scott as Batman.
Yes. No, wait.
That's off of the meme where
he's got his custom Batman suit.
And he looks horrible.
Listen, Travis Scott, I applaud you for making your own Batman suit. Don't listen to people.
Yeah,
that stuff's
follow your dreams,
mint.
man. Follow your dreams. The fact you did it and it actually looks like the Michael Keaton Batman.
Yes.
Yeah, that was actually pretty dope. Yeah, I don't care what they say. It's actually pretty cool.
No, be honest. We want the Pete Holmes Batman.
Batman.
Oh my gosh.
Which one of these do you smell out of?
It's
Now you have my permission to cry.
It's helicopter. Final answer. Yeah, he just didn't want to admit that I got it right.
I got it so fast.
I need 50 coins and 50 more
coins.
50.
Scary face. Harvey face.
Give me my son, retard.
You're fucking white bread. Super jerk. we could literally
do this all day.
quote
We
this
could
all day.
quote everything.
Yeah.
It's like the first time 9 hard inches has been into you. What? Can't think of it. To be honest, I'm losing a lot of blood. He's an idiot. Have you watched those? Have you watched those? Please tell me you've watched those. They are amazing.
I hadn't showered for like 3 days.
Really seals in the flavor.
In an order that would surprise you.
Ass
Ass
mouth
mouth badge.
Lieutenant Shiny Sides. No.
Oh! Do you not know what death is? They're just, you don't realize, but when people fight me, they get really tired. Mint. I feel like we're waiting to just let that calm down because we're going to go back into it.
Oh yeah.
Are we good on that?
Oh, we're good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I got it all off of my chest. I feel like it was a good show. I went nerd for Swamp Thing. By the way, he's getting tattooed behind Ivy. Here soon.
Right where he belongs.
Mm.
Hey, they were in a relationship. And with that, like, comment, subscribe, do y'all's magic, please. We want to get paid.
Beat the shit out of that Bill icon.
Money.
Beat it. Beat it.
Do it, Aaron. Do the thing.
Oh, hubba. Money. Gotham. Who do you love?
Oh, I thought it was who.
And with that, we're out.
No.
Yeah,